Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Timesplitters 2, one of the finest shooters ever made. Timesplitters 2 was made by some of the team that made the original GoldenEye, who left Rare after they made GoldenEye. They went off, they made, I think it was Free Radical Design. Free Radical Design made Timesplitters, which was okay, but isn't generally well remembered, and Timesplitters 2, and then Timesplitters Future Perfect, which is generally regarded as much, much better. My personal preference is Timesplitters 2, and Timesplitters 2, Timesplitters 2 is just wonderful. So, some of you may be asking how exactly I'm playing Timesplitters 2 when Timesplitters 2 was never actually ported to a modern console in any form, like it was, PS2, GameCube, original Xbox? I'm not sure there was even ever an original PC release, you know. Well, the reason is if I press quit and come out into a much kind of greyer, orange, less interesting world, it's because the game Homefront the Revolution, which I covered kind of very, very recently, basically decided to put Timesplitters 2 into their game in an arcade cabinet hidden deep in their campaign. Now that was a very bold move by the developers of Homefront the Revolution, because Homefront the Revolution is a terrible, terrible game, which means they've actually put a much better game as just a little bonus into their terrible game, which in all fairness does nothing but highlight just how terrible their game is, but okay, fine. I will take any excuse I've got to play Timesplitters 2. No, get away from the terrible, terrible game in the orange and the brown. There we go, that's better. So you can see immediately, like, it's not really a true remaster. I'm not really sure what they've done here. I'm not sure kind of what resolution and what frame rate it's going to run at. You can see there that it's not, like, perfectly smooth. They've clearly, like, done some form of conversion work, but we'll see. I'm really kind of hoping it runs at 60 FPS, because if it does, this will be the first time Timesplitters 2 has ever run at 60.
Out of the darkness they came with a hateful will to destroy humanity. We fought long and hard, but now we are lost, for they have taken their evil war into our past. Traveling through time, they have sown corruption, unraveling the fabric of our history. Our last chance is to strike back, seize the time crystals, and turn their twisted weapon against them. The fight for survival has begun.
So they've definitely at least upscaled it to 1080p. Frame rate still looks like it's locked to 30, but it's a smooth 30, which is better than we got on some of the original console versions. So as you've probably guessed, the time crystals in question, the little green things, magic MacGuffins let you travel through time. Timesplitters have used them to go into the past and mess up human history and thus win a war against humans. I've obviously got to go back in time and sort it all out, because we've now taken the time portal back, but they've already fled through the portal with the crystals, so we go and get them. And the way that works, therefore, is each level is a different time period as well as being a different locale. That's what makes this game so spectacular, is that every level was very, very distinct. Like, there was a western level and level in the jungle. There's a level in, like, Notre Dame where you're taking on zombies and monsters, and then it turns into a big kind of gothic thing. But sadly, unfortunately, they've only brought 2 of the levels forward, which I guess is understandable. It would be kind of asking a bit much for them to put a full, much better game into their already full, albeit quite bad game, Homefront the Revolution. So they've only put 2 levels in. So let's start with Siberia here. We do! We actually flipping get all the difficulties. You see that? You might be wondering why I'm a bit excited by difficulties, which is because this game did difficulty really, really well, which is like modern games, when you put it up to high difficulties, well, the enemies just have more health, which is really boring. This game did things more like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, which is high difficulties. You actually go into new bits of the level that you simply don't visit on easy mode. So on easy mode, you basically will just kind of go once through the level. In normal, there's a whole lot more. So let's do normal, because, in all fairness, I've forgotten how to play this game, but equally, I actually now have proper 2 analog sticks. When I originally played this on the GameCube, you had the terrible C-stick framing, so presumably it should be easier now. So, Siberia, the Oblast Dam, because of course nothing says we were the guys that made GoldenEye better than having your first level feature a dam. A secret research facility under a Siberian dam has unearthed preserved organic specimens which are over 10,000 years old. Following a number of mysterious accidents, the original scientific team has left the site and a Russian military garrison has been assigned to the excavation project. Intelligence has revealed that the military's attempt to develop biological weaponry from the finds have had dreadful results. They must not be allowed to continue this research. Though biohazard cleanup forces are on the way, there is an opportunity to investigate the base and destroy the sample and research records before they arrive. The base is currently under lockdown, perimeter guards are jumpy, automated security system has been engaged. Avoid cameras, if necessary they can be switched off or destroyed. Cutting off the communications uplink should buy some time to explore the base more fully. Alright, let's go. Timesplitters 2? It's been years since I played this.
MacLeod. Shh, shh, shh. We shouldn't be in the research center without security clearance. I'm telling you, I heard gunshots. They'll kill us if they find out. Come on, coward.
The beautiful thing about this game was it had this kind of Borderlands, almost slightly cel-shaded look to its graphics, which means it has aged incredibly well and still looks quite nice today.
Nikolai, the light. Stupid torch. Does nothing in this army work.
And out pops our hero, and the game all goes a little bit Quantum Leap, which is rather than being myself, I kind of morph into like a, I don't know, a resistance fighter who's trying to take over this base anyway. You just kind of turn into an appropriate person, and the person very often actually like has history with the location they're visiting. Like in the Chicago level, like the main boss of the area actually knows who you are and knows you by name. So here we are, 1990 at the dam, of course, a secret research facility involving some form of terrifying something or another beneath a dam. It's all very much dam and facility from GoldenEye, though there is no runway. There is no runway to escape via. Also, the soundtrack. Oh, that music. That darn music. So, you start off with this thingy. This is actually your little map and guards can see in this particular area. But more importantly, luckily, we've got a sniper rifle. Because of course they gave you a sniper rifle at the very beginning of GoldenEye, but there wasn't much point to that sniper rifle. And there we are, we'll just quietly get you down. Meaning of course you can headshot that guy straight away. Because this game believed that a headshot ought to kill someone. Unlike Homefront Revolution, which seemed to have missed this point. Okay, someone's panicked by that gunshot. That's fine. If you want, I think he'll calm down in a second. For the moment, however, we've got bigger things to worry about. Oh, yeah, that kind of slightly tugging analog stick motion. That's very old school, isn't it? We just need to take out the camera first to make sure we don't trigger any alarms. There we go, that's the shot right there. Security camera 1 goes down. So in case you've never actually played shooters from this period before, they work a little bit differently to how you might be expecting a modern shooter to actually function, which is, this was an era when games were very, very arcadey, which is the idea of there being, oh blimey, yeah, the idea of like stealthing it up or whatever, or there being kind of stealth in every game. It didn't really kind of exist. That thing is just not really to be expected in games of this era. What you should expect instead is things are quite fast. Guards will be stunned by guns. Aiming was very, very difficult. And the reason for that is this never even came out on PC. I actually went and checked that, by the way. This game never came out on PC, so it was entirely built for console. That means that they were working under the assumption that not only would everyone be dealing with analog sticks, everyone would be dealing with quite bad analog sticks. Because, yeah, the GameCube especially had a terrible analog stick. This means that basically you want to be running around and letting auto-aim do most of the work. Lots of shooters of this era just worked like that just fine. Now first, boxers. In this era of gaming, you could basically reliably assume that any box, when shot, even if wooden, even if there's no indication that it should explode, will explode. Pretty much anything box-shaped, shoot it and it will explode. That will be very, very useful. And I'm pretty sure I remember there's another security camera around here as well. I like security cameras in this game, by the way. If they saw you, there was a little bleep for a second and they went red, but if they didn't actually kind of keep sight of you for a second, it wouldn't actually count for anything, which was nice. So you could shoot them, you had to be very close in the middle, however, or you could simply go and find the controls. Where were the controls for these ones? I'm trying to remember. That's the door control, so that gets the door open so I can get further into the base. And then does that... I swear there were snipers up here. And sniping in this game... Well, sniping's not fun. So say I'm aiming, and this is where I'm looking. If I pull slightly right on the analog stick, then it holds there, but if I release the analog stick, it goes back to the beginning. So if you want to aim at something in particular, you need to not only move the analog stick into the right position, you then need to hold the analog stick in the right position. That was not easy. That was not easy at all. So I think actually the button for the camera is over here. So instead I will just shoot out the camera But yeah, if I want to kind of have it be slightly up, I need to actually hold in place. So sniping was tricky, and to be honest, it was just easier to not bother. You can find like one of these controls here, you can check what the cameras are seeing if I recall correctly. Yes indeed, so that one's broken and that one's broken, so you now know both cameras are indeed off. Lovely. And welcome to the days when this was all the dressing you needed to do for a room. You needed to basically just put a filing cabinet and a table, and that was it. I think one of the other rooms around the other side of the area has like a single filing cabinet and a bed. But more importantly, danger explosives. I could do with some explosives. Explosives are fun, so I need to get up top. Yes, here it is. Here's the bed and filing cabinet room. Marvellous. So I just need to get up top and drop through the roof. Let's make sure that there's not... No, there's no guard there. I swear there are snipers up top. Maybe they only appear if you trigger the alarms. That would be quite nice, because they don't seem to be showing up today. So round here, over here, down through here, unlock door, and grab timed mines. Lovely. So yeah, just like GoldenEye, gives you the sniper rifle straight away, give you some mines early on to play with as well. This is one of my optional objectives, by the way. So if I kind of go over to my objectives right now, I have an optional objective to burn all the evidence in the filing cabinets. The objectives were kind of odd because they were a mix of like stuff that was blatantly relevant to your character and stuff that was instead relevant to, you know, the character who you've quantum leaped into the life of. Because it doesn't matter to my character whether or not the Russians are capable of like converting this stuff into biological weapons. All that matters is I get the time crystal back. But yeah, your character who you're kind of role-playing as has... Did I just hear a bullet go? No, never mind. But yeah, but the character you're role-playing as, thanks to the quantum leap rules, kind of wants to destroy all the evidence. That's presumably what she's here to do. She's here to make sure the Russians don't do that. She's like a secret agent or something. I don't know. So we'll just kind of burn those things as well. Obviously, the best way to burn files is to literally detonate a mine. Doesn't strike me as the most sensible way in the world, but maybe... Oh, yeah. That was definitely a sniper shot. Snipers in this game are the worst thing. You're up there, aren't you? I can see you. Yep, you're up there. So you basically need to... Oh, flip. Yeah, and they are deadly accurate. And if you want to take them out, you need to basically, yeah, hover over them and then hold the analog stick perfectly still. Holding the analog stick still is less easy than it sounds. Can I use the windows to my advantage? Not much of an advantage, no. Oh, hang on. Maybe, hang on. Can I maybe use the door to my advantage? No. I was kind of hoping I might be able to use, Right, go. You see, look at that! They just nail you every time. Get some extra sniper ammo going on here. I feel like we might need it. I'm going to try and take that sniper out if I can, right up to the point where I lose most of my health. You see, look at that! You just step... Okay, I'm not even going to. It's not worth it. Just go. Get behind the wall. Lovely. Don't even bother taking out the snipers. Bastards. Okay, what we need to do instead is now make our way up the dam. No power just yet. Again, just get close, let the auto aim do the work, and restoring the power is no objective, because one of my objectives is I need to... Does that use up? Do I need to crouch under that? Yes, I need to crouch under that. Marvellous. And now... I swear there's people that's going to be guarding this area. Hello! You're going to die now. Oh, you see, they saw me, that camera saw me for a second. Because it didn't see me for more than a second, it's fine again. Okay, I'm sick of that camera, and aiming is very tricky in this game, so I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is, and this, by the way, is what your little temporal uplink thing is for. You can use it to kind of scan what the camera's doing. That's more useful on other levels, to be honest, than this one, but it can still be very, very useful indeed. So, let's just toss a mine over there. That should take care of a camera, right? Yep. Good job, well done. Drew the attention of some guards, mine. Screw you, and keep screwing you. Lovely. The reason why you don't need to worry about kind of running around and just blasting things and taking a few hits in return is health top-ups are everywhere in the form of, like, armor. It was shielding in Perfect Dark in this game. I think it was armor instead. Oh, a door. I like having a good door. A door means I can snipe some people for a door. That's always welcome. In fact, actually, that guy's facing that way. There's a good chance if I just kill this guy, he won't even hear it. Yeah, that guy didn't hear that shot. You see, this is what I mean about sound being super localized, so it's fine. So he goes down next. Someone will probably run over to him. I think there's a third guy in here. And now he goes down as well. This is a nice, powerful sniper rifle. Anyone else in here? Oh, yep, someone else in here. Good old sniper rifle. You know what? I'm going to go over to a different gun. 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 Ooh, that's things. Yes. Hello. No. Stop it. Stop it. And you've dropped an assault rifle. One of the other guys might still be alive too. Nope, they're all dead. Okay, so they've dropped my first little automatic. Effectively the equivalent of the KF-7 Soviet from GoldenEye. It's pretty much a riff on GoldenEye, if you like, with a tiny bit more puzzly stuff. So, like, you know...
Steam pressure at 66%.
Steam pressure at 66%, she says there. We're basically turning down the steam pressure for some steam at the end there in order to kind of get past the steam pipes, which is lovely. Some of these stuff might contain useful things. I cannot for the life of me remember if any of them do. Like, sometimes you can find very specific boxes in GoldenEye that gave you special stuff, like early mines or something like that. I can't remember if you get any of those here. Let's just quickly keep turning these off. I love the voice acting, by the way, of this woman who just kind of, you know, is sitting in a room somewhere talking about the steam pressure, because she sounds so surprised when the steam pressure runs out.
Steam pressure at 0%.
0%? A mistake, surely. No, I quite like her. She's very, very good. Explosive crates, of course, you know, can kill people too, so I could have shot the explosive crates. Snipers, so difficult to do because of this kind of weird, twitchy, tuggy mechanism that exists in the game. It's very, very tricky to use snipers effectively in this game, which is why you do basically just want to switch over to a rapid-firing gun and straight up murder people, murder people, murder people. There we are. Murder, 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 murder. Lovely, you see. Much, much easier than in the rest of it. Now, extra flipping armor. Don't touch that yet. We'll come back to that later, because we'll need that later again. I probably ought to try and save up your ammo. Like, there is actually a good sense in saving up ammo in this game. Like, I know, like, in plenty of games, when you save up ammo, you just end up never using it. But, like, in this game, tougher stuff will rock up by the end, so it is kind of worth doing. Oh, this game's just lovely. It's just so nice to have like a fast-paced game. Now, what have we got outside? One button to be pushing. I think there's a security camera up there, isn't there? Yes, there is. Are you going to be able to... No, you can't see me. Just wait for him to face this way, and... Nice. I think there's more yet, though, and people will potentially have heard that, so... Need to be a little bit on the... Yep, someone's heard that. Not you, mind. You go down, someone else will be coming back the other way, and oh flip, there might also be a sniper up there in a moment. That would be bad. What have we got up here? Oh, yep, there's definitely someone else here. Right, I'm just going to run underneath the camera and sort of hope it doesn't see me, because yes, there is a sniper the other side of the top of the dam that's also nailing me repeatedly right now. Cameras have really limited range, and you can also kind of, this is what this thing is very, very useful. You can figure out exactly what they can and can't see this way. I'm just going to use a mine, to be honest. It's mildly easier. No, that missed. That also missed. That didn't miss. And that triggered an alarm. Perfect. And now I'm this side, and the sniper's going to start taking pot shots at me, and I still haven't taken out the flipping camera, most likely. Go over to rapid fire weaponry. Oh, you get like a moment's grace before they start firing, which is very, very useful indeed. We're going to have more in here. I do actually have a secondary weapon here. I've got a little grenade launcher thing, so that's good. You still haven't flipping hurt me, which is nice. Oh, one thing that was nice, by the way. Oh, flip, I'm suddenly surrounded. Right, get these two guys and then start heading back for the entrance. I think I just walked straight into... Oh, no, he went and hit the alarm, because there's an alarm over there, which he just went and got, and that means I'm probably going to be shot from many sides now. Actually, this kind of works. They'll just all now come to me, because the game is actually... It kind of handled alarms much better than many games, which is to say alarms don't just like spawn magic enemies out of nowhere. Alarms do just summon enemies that are reasonably close in the local area to come and get you, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. Also, there's watermelons, and you can shoot them, and they roll around and have nice physics on them, but eventually they'll explode into watermelon bits, which is quite, and they even fit underneath the cupboards. See, that's nice. There's actually a proper gap underneath this area. There's not just like a big hitbox around it. There's a proper area here. That's nice. And there it goes. It finally explodes into bits of watermelon. Isn't that lovely? Also, if I recall correctly, there was a bonus round here. There was a thing. Hang on. There was a game round here. Ah, Anaconda. Yes. Okay. So that game cart is a little mini game. I wonder if that's included. They did as well! They put the mini-game in! So inside this bonus extra game inside a game, there are multiple mini-games. Anaconda, which is basically just Snake, but it's 3D Snake. So you can see there that, like, it's kind of hard to deal with because you are literally, like, if you want to turn left, you have to hold left and right. But yeah, 3D Snake, which is really interesting. I can't remember which version this is, because, fun fact, the versions were slightly different sizes. On the Xbox and I think it was the GameCube version, you got slightly more space to play with. I think it was the PS2 version that was ever so slightly smaller, and I'm not sure which version this is. So you're basically playing 3D Snake. So isn't that cool? They've actually included that. There's flipping bonuses in here. Very nice. There's also Retro Racer, just a little racing game where you just kind of time trial yourself going around a really, really crappy little track. But again, it's got kind of like quite nice little slidey physics to it. So if you want to kind of power slide around things, you can. But I'm terrible at it because I haven't flipping played it in years. But yeah, they've included all of the original mini games inside a bonus extra game. Marvellous. And finally, Astrolander, a very, very classic style of game you'll be very, very familiar with, of course, where you just basically have to be completely flat on, land on the white thing perfectly flat and everything. Come on, I can do this. I can do this. I used to be quite good at this sort of game. No, I've just crashed. That's amazing. They actually included all of those original games just for free. Extra inside what's already a bonus game. That's marvellous. Well, I suppose it probably would have taken... Ow, you utter git! Right, you're going to die now. Right, come on. Come on. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes! I actually took out a sniper! That's basically impossible to do in this bloody game. And the final camera goes down as well, so there shouldn't be any more alarms. Beautiful. Yeah, those snipers. Counter-sniping in this game is so difficult to do. Arguably too difficult. I was kind of hoping they might have maybe brought the controls a little bit more up to modern standards, but never mind. Ah, this bit's fun. So in here, there's a shower. You might think this is just for flavour, because of course, you know, there's a toilet in the facility, and this is clearly a big riff on Dam and Facility. But no, this shower is for a purpose. We'll get to it later. Also, I haven't really used my secondary weapons yet. And by the way, the enemy are totally happy using their secondary weapons too. Let's just detonate those barrels. We detonated the barrels. Did the barrels detonate? No, I don't think they did, but we did kill a guy. The explosions are a little bit small and weedy sounding, by the way. There we are. Camera goes down. Lovely. Don't want any more alarms going off here. Food supplies. Ah! And I think I just found a bonus shield. Very nice. What's in the food supplies, by the way? That was a unique box. I was half expecting to maybe get something unique out of it. Anyway, let's very quickly just toss a timed mine over onto that filing cabinet. Keep burning the filing cabinets. We'll get all 5 of them. That's an optional objective. It becomes a compulsory objective on, like, the higher difficulties. Ooh! And these watermelons are nowhere near as tough as the one previously. Dear oh dear, these ones just pop like crazy. And, ooh, is this 2 for the price of 1? If so, that'd be good. Am I just about to complete the little objective here? And next one, lovely. And that might be absolutely all of the evidence shredded. And yes, indeed, that is done. So that's optional on normal, but I believe it is compulsory on hard mode. Now, crack on this way as we get deeper and deeper into trouble. Now we've got some tougher guys coming out here. There we are. The guns pretty much lock onto people, and it's fairly simple to just perma-stun them, which I always quite liked, the fact that perma-stunning was cool. Oh, hang on. We got more people over here. Oh, that's a grenade! He threw the big grenade in. You see that? That's how you lose all your flipping health in this game. They can use the backup second... I think he was just blown up by one of his friend's grenades. And screw you. Grab all the guns. Okay, luckily, I know where there's some spare armor, because there was some earlier on. There's also auto guns in this level. Nowhere near as terrifying and monstrous as the auto guns back in GoldenEye 007, because bloody hell, were those guns in Complex the thing of nightmares. But there are still guns here, and they take quite a few bullets to go down as well. You know what? I'm just going to go up and take care of them a little bit closer range. It'll be fine. Oh, okay. When I say get close to them, I got a bit too close. There we go. Auto guns taken out. Marvellous. We can crack open a security door. That might just let in some more guards. And then system disrequired. Ah, yes. Okay. So this is where the game starts getting really, really bloody clever with its difficulties. Where areas you don't need to bother going into normally need to be explored. Because I need to restore the power to get the elevator to get up to the top. Because going up to the top of the dam and exploring the top of the dam is one of my objectives on normal difficulty. Now, if I were just playing on easy difficulty right now, I've pretty much done with the level. All I need to do is run down here. This corridor doesn't do anything. Don't worry about it. And we come down here. We find the corpses. of the two guys who were nearby. We grab the time crystal. These two poor guys here, of course, the guys who were killed at the beginning. The zombie in question isn't here yet, of course, because this is a bit of a zombie level. Zombies never really show up again. This is just like, this is a spy zombie type thing. Every other level is completely different. We'll get to why Chicago is completely different when we get there. But yeah, every level totally unique. So in easy mode, I just grab that. There's a thing to blow up down there. Time portal appears. I jump through it. End of level. Don't need to explore the rest of the level. Top of the dam, don't need to go into. All of these rooms, probably locked on normal difficulty. And as you can see, there's not really that much here anyway. Some bonus mines, just in case you need some extra ones. But nothing in here whatsoever. Don't need to worry about any of this stuff. Ah, and even better, some bonus grenades for my rifle. And some, full armor. Perfect. So I don't need to bother going back for that other armor. I can come back for that later. Through door number 2, things start getting a little bit interesting. Which is now we've got this area that, well, you either don't need to come into or you physically can't come into later. Also, if you haven't taken out the auto guns yet, I believe you can actually... Ah, here we are. This is perfect. So, I can actually see myself back there. Hello, that's me. Can I actually shoot? Yes, I can! I'd forgotten you could do that. So you actually, if you can find the controls, you can actually take control of the guns, and then you can switch the camera off. And as a result of that, now that thing has basically been disabled. I've killed the guy, and I've disabled that, and life is good. Push the 2 buttons, open that up. Oh, this game. This game's had so many good ideas. And I get a shotgun. Nice. Though I don't want the shotgun just now. Instead, I just want to come through here. And you'll see through here, we've got, well, you can see there's some sort of zombies going on, aren't there? That's a bit worrying. Probably not a good idea to have zombies floating around. Instead, we've got, if I just kind of head around here and just quickly kill this guy, here's the systems disk that I need. So if I grab this floppy disk, I bet nothing's going to go wrong. Right, grenades like crazy, because grenades are very good at dealing with the zombies. So just keep moving, move around, and then just basically stun them if you need to. Just a grenade. Like, they've got a bit of bounce and physics on them, but it's not so bad. And then we can just basically take you out, take you out. Let's go over to the shotgun. The shotgun is, of course, actually, we don't even need the shotgun. Screw you, because mines stick to people in this game, because this game had all the right bloody ideas. There you go. So now we've got our first little taste of the zombies. Now, if I recall correctly, on easy mode, you never actually run into, I think, like, those 2 guys come back from the dead. That's it. That's the only zombies you face. This area, I don't think you can even get to on easy mode. On normal difficulty, I have to get the disc. On hard, I think hard has all the same areas as medium, but also on hard, like, the option objective, like burning the cabinet, becomes compulsory. Plus, things are a little bit tougher in general. So, like, the difference between normal and easy is, like, whole new areas of the level open up. Hard is basically just adding a few little extra bits and pieces. Now, I've got that disc, but now things start going a little bit more tricky. Which is, I've still got 14 grenades. Good. Now I can shove in the disc. Accessing disc. System rebooting, and unfortunately I've slightly turned off all the defences and now the zombies have all started arriving. So that's good. I've got a big zombie apocalypse to fight right now. That's fine. Just stumble through them, and now I've got to destroy the biohazard container at the dig site, because that's where all these zombies are coming from, the dig site. So pop a grenade through there. That'll do a good job with you. These guys, like, obviously, you want to knock their heads off, really. Save ammo for this if you can, because when you get into trouble, you really want to be having the rapid-firing weapons. Now, we're going down here, and now the power's been restored. Ah, you guys have woken up. So hang on, hang on. I want to show this off properly now. Actually, no, screw it. Mines for you. There you are. You've got a mine clinging to you now. Good luck with life. Didn't work out so well. Sadly, you know, the explosions are a little bit on the underwhelming side in many ways, but it's not so bad. Now, shotgun, and knocked off your head. And knocked off your head as well. And the head goes flying, by the way. The head's got its own little bit of physics, which is really cool. So we've got to take out this thing. This container as well. This container is supposed to have a health bar. I think the health bars don't work in this port. Because, like, you can see, like, that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. But the container's not technically losing any health right now. So if I just kind of put a bunch of mines here. Yeah, you see, it's been destroyed, but the health bar didn't do anything. I think the health bars just kind of got broken in the port. I'm not really sure why.
Attention! Biological containment has failed in the research facility. Special forces have been deployed. All unidentified personnel will be eliminated.
So yeah, the anti-biological weapon whatevery McJibjibs that were mentioned, they've shown up now. So now we've got to fight our way back through the facility to get back to the lift, but now there's a bunch of angry Russians. Big, nasty ones with all sorts of extra bonus weapons floating around. So that's good. However, there is one advantage, which is the game has spawned in zombies. There are now more zombies here, so there is genuinely now a war going on between these guys, the kind of the special forces, and the zombies. They will fight each other. And if you want to, you could just basically straight up say, screw it, I'm just going to try and... Yeah, you see, he just straight up murdered that guy. And then I think he killed himself by throwing a grenade a bit too close to him. Marvellous. Be careful. Do not allow any mutants to survive. Okay, we've got to kill all the mutants. Small problem, mind. There's going to be mutants and there's going to be Russian special forces fighting each other. But you probably need to be more worried, to be honest, about the special forces. Because the special forces have got the grenade launchers in their rifles too. And they will use them. Oh, and just like you might reasonably expect in a very good game, of course, the environment is all as kind of interactive as you'd like. You can, of course, actually trigger a fire extinguisher, and not only does it detonate, it actually kind of has a bit of physics to it and kind of goes whizzing around, because everything in this game is wonderful and massively ahead of its time. Now, that guy's on fire. Now that's important, because you may recall earlier there were those showers. The reason those showers were there earlier is... Let's just... Screw you. Screw you. Yeah, the reason those showers were there earlier, by the way, is because... Ooh, you just set that guy on fire. Yeah, because fire spreads from person to person. So that guy is now on fire, and he would basically have died of fire sooner or later. And indeed, he does cast light around. Arguably a bit too much light, but never mind. If you get set on fire, you have to run to the showers to stand underneath the water in order that you can actually put yourself out. How good a system is that? That's really nice. Also, I've got my own flamethrower. Honestly, like, it's not necessarily the best weapon in the game, but it certainly has its uses if you've just got a couple of zombies to take out. Now, who won the fight up here, by the way? And, oh, hello! Hello, no, screw you. Right, who else is up here? Zombies? Zombies? I'm going to say zombies. Let's just toss a couple of grenades in and then we'll see who survives. But yeah, the mine's actually genuinely quite a good weapon. And I think we've got one guy on his own over here. So in that case, hello. How would you like to be on fire now? And, oh, no, don't get yourself set on fire, though. That would be the worst use of a flamethrower. Oh, that's a grenade. He threw a grenade in over there. Do not fire a grenade at me, you git. There we are, Russian Special Forces. More zombies coming in. His head gets knocked off and has its own little physics. Don't you die. There you are. I think I got lucky with the headshot there. He had a pistol on him. Probably going to be one more room of this yet. And yes, oh, you're one of the tougher ones, but I think you actually just locked your head. So that's good. Right, grenade. Oh, I think that was a guy who had a flipping... That is a guy with a flamethrower. I think he just set his friend on fire. Because friendly fire totally exists in this game. Yeah, he totally set his friend on fire. Or possibly himself. Because that guy just dropped a flamethrower. I swear he was just setting himself on fire. Marvellous. Who else is left? Anyone? I think we're almost done with the mutants now. So yeah, we can go back to that shower room anytime. This is just beautiful, isn't it? Such a beautiful game. So much stuff that's so much ahead of its time. Outside we go. I've already taken care of the security camera, so don't need to worry about alarms. And this is, of course, the point where the temporal uplink potentially starts being a little bit useful. Because with the temporal uplink, I could start keeping... Oh, don't allow the mutants to survive. I guess you're a zombie, not a mutant, which is different somehow, I suppose. Also, I've forgotten to deactivate the communications dish. Well flipping done me. I'm now going through bits of the level I don't even need to visit, purely because I, yes, forgot to do something earlier in the level. So unfortunately that means now new Russian special forces and zombies have spawned into this area. So that's good. See, it wouldn't be a proper loving homage to GoldenEye if there wasn't a big dish that didn't need to be shot or blown up or turned off. And of course the bloody snipers here again. Alright, and blow off the dish, and off it flies into space. Marvellous. That objective I slightly forgot about, taken care of now. On the plus side, now power's restored, it's actually faster to travel around, because of course, now I can use the lift to skip by the stairs, which is lovely. Though admittedly there is a guy in here. Luckily, he has a sniper rifle, so that's good. Extra bonus ammo. And now using the lift on the far side, time to head up to the very top, and I think there might be a sniper here actually. Is this not where the sniper was? Access the top of the dam. Beautiful. Now, you may reasonably guess, as there does rather seem to be, you know, lots of fixed heavy gun emplacements on top of the dam, those aren't actually for show. Instead, we've got a flipping boss to take out. These things have a limited number of missiles. Here we are, enemy! Now wait for the gunship to show up. And just kill any of these guys that show up. Basically, you just want to wait for the gunship to show up, fire all of the missiles in the world at it, and then move straight on to the next one. I think there's like only like a handful of... Yeah, there we are. And go, and go. And I think that's all we got. Now we just want to move straight on to the next one. Straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on. Fire the missiles off the next one. And now we need to go, 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 and go. And fire a couple of extra things at him too. And now we're almost out of health. There we go. Thing flies overhead. Straight over to this guy. And now fire, 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 and that probably ought to be enough for him. Yeah, basically if you fire all the missiles, you're good. Then you just need to take out any of the other guards that have shown up. Portal appears, make a run for the portal, and we are done. Marvellous. So, main objectives completed, and indeed the option objectives completed too. So on easy mode, you literally just walk to the end of that first corridor, and that's it, you're done. You basically never even run into any zombies, they just don't show up. I think there's like 2 in the whole level. Whereas normal and above, you get a proper full-on zombie invasion. So like, not only is there more stuff, the whole level feels different. The plot is fleshed out significantly. There's actually a boss fight you don't get on easy. Brilliant way of doing it, fantastic. And straight on to Chicago, where we shall do the same. I should say, by the way, I kind of forgot to mention this in Russia, of course. They did say, of course, they found a biological specimen from 10,000 years ago. Of course, the implication being the time splitter went back in time 10,000 years, then died while still holding the time crystal, and it just happened to kind of first show up on the radar of humans or time splitters when it got dug back up again by the Russians 10,000 years following that, which is nice. 1932, Chicago downtown. Big Tony's operations have got a little out of hand. It seems his mob isn't content with running bootleg liquor and the usual protection rackets. Word on the street is that Tony has knocked off a shipment of priceless gemstones and he's bringing his brother in to expand operations. He isn't counting on a hardboiled detective like Jake Fenton showing up. So Tony's hiding out at the Sunrise Club, an exclusive speakeasy. His goons don't like strangers showing up unannounced, so you'll need to get a membership card. Marco the Snitch should be able to help you out. Marvellous.
Chicago. And I've had a belly full of it. Everyone's on the take. The DA, City Hall, even the cops on the beat, being paid to turn a blind eye. But me? Nah, I couldn't. So I got out. It's all down to Mr. Big. He's cost me everything. So tonight I send him a message. And boy, will he take the bait.
What am I worried about? It's not me that's got to tell the boss. And Francis can handle himself. Yeah, he can look after himself.
What? Huh? He's back in town. What? He's back and he's looking for you.
Francis! Come on, you stupid! I want that son of a... I want him dead, you hear me? Dead!
Dead. Yeah, we'll see about that. But from now on, Big, you better watch the shadows, because I'm taking you down.
And in fact, of course, all of the weapons are era appropriate, albeit maybe a little bit optimistic for how good guns are at this particular point in history. So we've still got the temporal uplink, so we're still a time traveler, even though we have now quantum leaped into Jake Fenton. We've got a silenced pistol and a different type of rifle, and a whole bunch of different guns will show up too. And also, the score has changed. So yeah, beautifully, of course, the score now kind of suits the new noir mood, I believe. Yes, indeed, there's some armour, albeit only a half armour up at the top here. Now, just like before, our objectives have kind of shifted to match the guy who we've quantum leaped into. So we're not just after the time crystal that's fallen into the hands of this guy, and, you know, the time crystal being all-purpose plot filler, the time crystal has made him super strong and tough, so he's going to be the final boss. But obviously, we also have to do the things Jake Fenton wants to do at the same time. So he wants to clear out this gangster's business. And that means that I have to drain the whiskey barrels. Now this is really good. So this is a whiskey barrel right here. Let's say I shoot it right at the top. So if we just kind of put a bullet about there. Now a little bit of whiskey drains out. Then it stops immediately. I shoot it a little bit further down. A little bit more whiskey drains out. But of course it stops after a fairly short while. I shoot it further up again. nothing comes out because the game is tracking the level of liquid inside the barrel. If you actually want to finish off the barrel, just put one shot right at the bottom and that's it. The barrel will drain out because this game is the best game. It has so many fun little ideas and attention to detail in it. It's marvellous. Now, up top here, and I believe, yes indeed, the enemy are not very good at seeing through windows. So as a result, this guy right here can go down like that. Marvellous. And I think we can probably get one more shot through the window before anyone sees what's going on, to be honest. Yes indeed, because enemies are very, very bad at hearing things. Guns, like, you should generally assume everything's pretty quiet. Ooh, you might even be able to get a flipping third stealth kill down there. Oh, there you go. Now, what I really love, by the way, is, yeah, on this level, the hats, I think, all pop off when they die. So you know someone's dead because their hat comes off. So there's a really easy way at a glance to know whether someone's actually dead or not. How good is that? Just so much. It's fun and it's also useful for gameplay because this game is the best game. And again, just one bullet at the very bottom of the barrel and then we can just walk away and we don't need to worry about it. And out we come onto the Chicago streets with a lovely... That thing over top, by the way, the railway, is completely pointless. It doesn't do anything in terms of gameplay. It's just there for atmosphere because this level feels totally different to the first one in terms of, yeah, the architecture and the music and the guns it gives you and the things you have to do, like shooting the whiskey barrel versus kind of doing the espionage. Just every level feels so bloody distinct. Now, a ringing phone. Let's answer it.
Hey there, it's Marco. Meet me at the newsstand down the main street.
Now, one thing I love about this level as well, by the way, is there's civilians wandering around, and the auto-aim will target them, so until you've actually got eyes on and you can clearly see whether they're holding a gun, it's very hard to know whether someone's actually an enemy or not. Like, if the auto-aim didn't focus on them, you'd know, based on that, whether they were an enemy or not. But this guy's a civilian. But the auto-aim still works on him. So it's kind of tense as to whether or not you're about to run into someone. Now you, my good man, need to go down. And I need to get myself a Tommy gun. I believe the game is about to give me something to do with it straight away. Because if I just step forward just a moment here. Hello. Yes, indeed. There is a car that needs to be sort of blown up. Lovely. And then don't shoot me. Just keep shooting him a little bit. And there we are. The explosion means I'm done. Just back off. And in a moment, he'll go around the corner and crash. Marvellous. I'm not even sure if that was a compulsory objective or I could have just literally have walked away from that. But that there was Big Tony's brother trying to escape, and he's now dead in Fireball. The fire effects admittedly have not aged desperately well, but give it a break, this had to be on the PS2. Also, you can shoot the fire hydrants yourself in order to make them detonate, and in addition, you may notice there, the top of the fire hydrant was actually suspended on top of the water for a moment until it actually fell off, because just so many things in this game just have a lovely amount of physics to them. Now, crack on for a moment, and we've got more ammo, and an extra bit of armor. Lovely. And another barrel of whiskey as well. Beautiful. Ah, O'Leary's. Now, this area is fun. You don't actually need to bother saving civilians in this mode, but on the hard mode, you do actually have to. So, in a moment, there's going to be an attack on this area, and we need to defend the civilians inside. I'm going to use the Tommy gun because there's a few enemies around here, so just prepare for the enemies to show up. And there we are. See, I failed anyway. Marvellous. Reload. There's no reload animations in this game, by the way. That was a little bit early for that sort of thing. So I don't know who exactly O'Leary is, but clearly they've upset somebody important. And then, oh, hello. I think a civilian just literally human shielded for me. Marvellous. Probably another one around. Oh, hello. You're dead too. Your hat flies off, so I know it for sure. Oh, you're not wearing a hat. Well, that's just cheating. How am I supposed to know? Blimey. Why I ought to. There's probably one more then. Hello. So there, shoot you. And his hat comes off. He's dead. Such a beautiful detail. I adore it. You can tell the love that went into this game. So much love. Right, now, the other good thing is, I know this isn't going to be particularly impressive to you these days if you've never played this game originally, you don't remember this era. This was one of the first instances of them actually putting proper physics on a pool table. See that? I just potted the yellow, because there's actual proper physics on all of these balls and whatever. It's beautiful. I know several games have done that since. Hell, you can find that in flipping Fallout 3, for example. But this was really early on to be doing that sort of stuff. And especially as it's not even necessary. And the physics feel really nice and proper, and as they should. It's gorgeous. Anyway, let's just make sure the street is clear before we go and meet up with the Marco the Snitch there. I think we're all right for the minute. Yeah, that's the back way into O'Leary's right there. So let's go around to the newspaper stand and meet up with Marco the Snitch. I'm going to try and use my pistol to protect him because I want to have my Tommy gun ammo ready for later. Hello, Marco. So rendezvous with your informant. And now, just keep an eye on Yep, you are totally a bad guy. Or if you're not, yeah, you were a bad guy. Or possibly you were just an innocent guy holding a gun. But if so, then that's a shame. Right, you're dead. I'm not going to bother on going getting your gun yet. Obviously, another bad guy here. Marco's got a fair bit of health. This shouldn't be too bad. But, oh, I see you up there. Lovely. I hope that was actually, you know, a sniper, not just a guy enjoying a nice night out on his balcony. Otherwise, I'm going to feel very embarrassed about this whole process. Oh, don't you shoot Marco the Snitch. He's a lovely man. He is a snitch. If you didn't want people to know that, he probably shouldn't call himself Marco the Snitch, but never mind. There's totally going to be another one yet. Where are you? Where are you? Come on. There he is. You are the one who is not a civilian. Marvellous. And probably one more from the rear as well. Yes. Yep. There we go. Die. The hats thing. I love the hats thing. And that guy was a civilian. Don't panic. He's fine. So, we've got Marco to his hideout.
You'll need a pass to get into the Sunrise Club. Tony keeps a spare in his safe.
And I can grab this here dynamite, and I need the TNT to crack the safe later. Marco just disappears off the map. Job done. Beautiful. Now, I believe on easy mode, Marco just gives you the pass and you can carry on up the road to get into it. But no, in this case, I need to take on Bracers, the large lad who was thrown out of the window earlier, who is mentioned to us. So we've got to go and take out him. So head through here, this desk here. I think this also leads us to the final barrel of whiskey. And then, come on, just wait for you to start walking back in this direction. There you go. That's a free kill with an explosive crate. Lovely. There we go. And shoot you in the hand repeatedly. And then one bullet for the thing. That's probably not quite low enough down. That's better. Lovely. And you can make it drain twice as fast, by the way. Remember roughly how long it took last time? If you put more holes in, it drained much faster on that occasion. How beautiful is this game? If you put like 3 times as many holes in, drains 3 times as fast. Absolutely flipping gorgeous, this game. Now, I've got to fight my way upstairs at this point. That's a little bit tricky. Oh, I've only got 49 spare bullets. It's not that many. I'll try and use a pistol for a little bit longer. Oh, hello. Yes, yep, hello there. And now I've just got to... Oh, I see someone up there. Oh, yep, just trust the auto-aim. The auto-aim will deliver us. Maybe. There it goes. There we are. Got myself a little bit more ammo. Nothing in here. I think it's only 3 guys. I think there might be a sniper in one of these rooms, by the way. The sniper acts a bit weirdly, if I recall correctly. Oh, I just topped up my armor. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have saved the armor for later. There's one sniper in... Yeah, there's one sniper. But I think if you just shoot him, he doesn't care. Yeah, there you are. Lovely. Got myself sniper and some ammo. Very, very nice. And now I think... There he is. There's Bracers. So let's just quickly get a headshot at him. There we are. Did he... Oh! He went down in one shot. I thought he was tougher than that. I remembered him being like a sub-boss, but I may be misremembering. Who knows? So, safe here. Pop dynamite on safe. There it goes. Probably ought to leave the room at this point. There we go. Dynamite blows door off safe. Grab pass to the club. Beautiful. And the phone starts to ring.
Hey, it's Marco. Find a window and check outside. There's some guys out to get you.
Guys out to get me on the street, you say? Luckily, I've got a sniper rifle and a nice snipey spot that I just cleared out a moment ago. Hello. Oh, and I'm already being shot at. Right. Who's trying to shoot me here? There's totally going to be... Yeah, I see you down there. You're dead. Lovely. Who else is around? Anyone up there? No, can't see anyone up there. Just... figure out where the... Oh, hang on. Did I see someone at the very rear there in that top window? Yes, I did. And you're dead too. And was there someone down on the... Yep, there's someone down on the street. There we... Are you... There you are. Okay, I'm not sure if those first 3 bullets counted or not, but apparently everything's good now. I think... That feels like everyone. Good, good. Right, and that means we're ready to go on to the club itself. Chicago's a little bit shorter than Siberia, if I recall correctly, but I'll kind of forgive it because the atmosphere is just really lovely here, isn't it? Also, I'm just going to check I haven't forgotten any objectives before we go any further. Drain the whiskey barrels, rendezvous with the informant, protect the informant, get the pass. Okay, so I literally just need to wipe out Big Tony and Time Crystal. Ah, and indeed, I could have actually not bothered with Tony's brother. So if I just not bothered with that, I would have actually been able to save myself some time again. I could have just literally let him go and shown mercy. But no, I'm apparently the psychopathic kind of detective. Beautiful. Now, apparently I wasn't actually quite done yet. Never mind. Right, you, I'm gonna assume you're a bad guy. People are at this point shooting me, yes. There we go, and we've got plenty. Oh, hello! Oh, I'm being shot from every side all of a sudden. This has gone badly wrong. Okay, maybe I should just actually run straight past and... Oh, I'm losing a lot of health. Go, go, get in the club, get in the club, get in the club. Also, go over to a big gun. That's a bigger sort of gun I should have been using earlier. Yes, marvelous. Now, probably hide here for a second and wait for someone else to come along. I just got shot from a lot of sides. Yeah. When Marco the Snitch tells you, hey, there's guys out to get you, listen to him. Apparently there's a lot of guys. Right, through to the members only section. I think there's a couple of guys here. Right, let the first one let you fire. And then, oh, no, you're dead. Now I really need some more armor. By the way, was that? Yes, armor. Beautiful. I do not have that much health. This might be a little bit on the tricky side. Lovely. Try to avoid dying. 2 times Tommy gun, you say? I'll gladly have some of that. Oh, hello. Oi. Oh, you hurt? The flip were you holding? Right, I need to be a little careful. We've apparently got a flip load of guys floating around here. Come on. And if I forward... Ah, yes, of course. Bear in mind, my name is Fenton. And this game came out before the dog Fenton incident. The guy with the dog in Richmond Park. The internet video. Anyone remember that other than me? There we go. Just finish you off. Now the big boss is showing up. And just put enough bullets into him. And he falls out of the window. Ah, the splitters start showing up. They try and grab the thing too. Grab the thing. Through the portal. Job done. Beautiful. I just love how the window shatters as well, like he's kind of been shot through. I don't think he actually falls out of it, but it's nice anyway. Lovely. But that, sadly, is it. Those are the only 2 levels. But presumably, the developers and the publisher, therefore, if they can put these 2 levels in, they must own the rights to Timesplitters. You can't just put a game you don't own the rights to into your game. I'm pretty sure that would be stretching fair use far beyond what it was intended to do. So, yes, they must own the rights. So, why are they not releasing an HD remaster of Timesplitters 1, 2, and Future Perfect? Actually, screw 1. Just 2 and Future Perfect. 2 and Future Perfect, HD remasters, modern consoles, put them on Steam, get them working properly at 1080p 60 FPS, fix up the control system a little bit so aiming's a bit easier because, yeah, it's got that slightly late 90s, early noughties shooter thing where, yeah, the view is very, very twitchy, which was definitely made for an earlier period, and we can definitely do a little bit better. We've come up with more refined joystick mechanics since then. So, yeah, fix that up a little bit, and everything will be lovely. But, oh, Timesplitters 2. Timesplitters 2 is a wonderful game. I think the 3rd level was Notre Dame, where you go back to like the 19th century, but, you know, they were possibly a little bit optimistic with some of the technology in terms of how good pistols and shotguns were in the 19th century, but whatever. Where you actually meet the Hunchback of Notre Dame and help him save a damsel in distress, and you have to fight a giant monster in the main cathedral, and zombies in the catacombs, and you have to shotgun all their heads off and stuff, and it's brilliant. Oh, and there's a sci-fi level with loads of aliens and like super zoomy, shooty, zappy guns, where actually like the bullets bounce off walls, so like shooting and bouncing around corners is like really interesting and tactical, and there's a massive alien war and stuff, and you have to go inside a UFO, and that's really cool. And there's like a robot factory in the future where the robots have gone mad, and there's loads of laser weapons. That's like really towards the end of the game. The Wild West level. There was a Wild West level where, like, you know, you actually have to bust your friend out of jail and like use TNT like tactically, and like it's all about revolvers and stuff, and just every level felt distinct in terms of like tone and aesthetics and the weapons it gave you. They were all really distinct, and it was great. Oh, there was a 1960s kind of Bond spoof thing as well. There was like it was like Austin Powers before Austin Powers, if you like, where you were playing as a bit of an OTT Bond spoof, taking on a ridiculous campy supervillain, where you were trying to like disarm doomsday weapons as you were going along and everything. It was great. Oh, just somebody, guys, remake Timesplitters 2 properly, HD, fix the controls, get the frame rate up a little bit, smooth out the jaggy edges, and just release that. I will buy it. I will pay you good money for that. I would gladly pay like close to normal AAA new release price for a remastered Timesplitters package. Just 2 and Future Perfect. Don't bother with 1. It was alright, but it wasn't spectacular. But hopefully, this means an active publisher and developer own the rights to Timesplitters. Remake it. Go on, please. So yes, Timesplitters 2 is love and joy, and I think it's one of the best shoots ever made. possibly the best shooter ever made. I'm not sure. Kind of tied with Perfect Dark a little bit. But anyway, yes, it's very, very good regardless. And I really, really hope at some point they do release a little bit more of it as a little HD remaster package. That would be glorious. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this is possibly my favourite shooter of all time, the glorious Timesplitters 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Apparently they've all decided to bring knives to a gunfight, which is a terrible idea. Oh yeah, you try charging, why don't ya? Oh dear. Never charge the man with the shotgun. Does it involve me going and killing people? Because if so, how many and where? Right, this is embarrassing. I've kind of just locked myself out of my flat. Do you happen to have a spare set of keys?